Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to another session on Introduction to Data Structures and Algorithms. So today we are going to discuss about stack and its operations and implementation using arrays. So we know in the last class, stack is one of the very important data structure that allows insertion of data only at one end. So this end is generated by a special variable called top. This we have already discussed, and there are two key operations associated with the stack data structure, that is push and pop. So adding the element, we refer it as pushing of the element, and removing or deleting of element, we call it as pop operation, push operation. Generally, top will be pointing to the topmost. If you want to do a push operation, what you have to do, you have to increase the top value, then you have to add the element into the stack. You have to store the element into the stack. Stack is actually basically, it is an array. It's an array. And whenever you want to do pop operation, same way, you have to remove that particular element. So you have to remove that particular element, and of course you have to decrease the top is earlier it was pointing there, now it got decreased. It decreased. So element E is removed from the memory. So removed from the stack. So this is what you call it as pop operation and push operation. And we also discussed about condition called overflow condition. Overflow condition happens when stack is full. If you are trying another push operation, then overflow condition happens. Similarly, when there are no elements in the stack and top is pointing to the minus one, there is no element. So in such cases, if you try to do a pop operation, then you will face underflow condition. So underflow condition happens when there are no elements and if you are trying to do pop operation. And this overflow and underflow you have to implement the push operation and pop operation. You have to implement in your program. Now, as we see in the figure, the push operation involves the following subtask. First subtask in push is to receive an element to be inserted, increment the top, that is stack pointer, then store that receiving element into the new location of the top. So this is what you have to understand for pushing operation. Similarly, for popping operation, what you have to do, you have to remove the element at the top of the stack. So you have to display what is that element that you are removing. You just display it. After that, you decrement the top value by 1. So as you decrement, so automatically it is gone. Okay. So it is just like, normally observe this. So you will have some fixed size. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 is the size of your stack. Initially it is empty and top is pointed to null or minus 1. As you insert push of 3, what happens? Top increments. Minus 1 plus increment, it automatically becomes 0. 0 is the index of the first element, so 3 is pushed. Next, after that, what happens? Next, you send it for pop of 5. So top will increment, and so top becomes now top is 0, top becomes 1. 0 plus plus, that is 1, and in 1 location, that is array of 1. So what happens? 5 is located. Similarly, whenever you do pop operation, what happens? the topmost element 5 get removed and top reduces by 1. So since it reduces, top is now it was earlier pointing to 1. Now after doing pop operation, so it will reduce to 0, and you can see top of 0, that is top is positioning or pointing to the 0th location, that is 3. So this is how the operation happens. This is how the operation happens. And of course, you know very well, push is to add an element into the stack, pop to remove an element from the stack, and of course it's a stack, S-T-A-C-K, stack, and peek is to see the topmost element, and your LIFO refers to last in, first out behavior. Of course, it is also equivalent to philo. Sometimes there are some textbooks, they'll write philo, first in, last out. That is also same. Last in, first out is also same. So it is, so just to confuse, but don't get confused. Philo and LIFO are one and the same. Okay. Here is one algorithm. I have taken it from your textbook. How to insert, how to push an element into the stack. So first thing you have to start the algorithm. So you are given the stack, it's an array, and you have given an element. I gave you an element. So this element you have to push it to the stack, and max is the maximum size of the stack. Suppose, say in our example, 5 is the maximum size. So maximum size we have seen in our text, previous this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 element spaces are there. So this 5 is the maximum size that we can hold. So you check whether the top has reached the maximum -1. Since we start from 0, the position 1, 2, 3, 4. So all elements will be storing in the index number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So max -1 is nothing but the 4. So if the top is reaching the 4th index number, it is go to step 3. Step 3 displays the message stack is full and you can exit. You cannot insert. If the stack size already completed, you cannot insert, you can just exit. So if not, what you do? Go to step 4. What you are doing in step 4, you are incrementing the top by 1, then you are placing the top element, you are placing the element into the top, and this will be done. This is what you call it as pushing of element, and finally you stop it. That's the same thing here we have discussed. Receive an element, increment the stack pointer, that is stop, and the received element you put it into that particular location. So that you have to do it. So now the same thing we will see in this particular. This is a push function. In the push function, what you are trying to do, you are supplying stack yes, and your maximum size is equal to 5. So the size of the stack is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 elements are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 elements are there. Yes. So these 5 elements are there. So certainly these 5 elements, it is the stack, and what you have to do, X is the new element that you have to push it into the stack. Initially your top pointer is pointing to -1. It is pointing to -1. Suppose if top reaches maximum -1, maximum -1 is, since we are starting from 0, maximum -1 is 4. If it is 4, then you have to display a message overflow and you have to stop, or else you have to increment the top, then you have to store that element into the stack. So that is the thing. So now first what you are trying to do, just clear the screen so that you will clearly understand. So erase all. Yes, clear the screen. Now 25 is the incoming element. Now, as soon as you get 25, what happens? You check whether top is at the maximum position. No, top is not at maximum position. Top is at -1. So what you do? Straight away, you increment the top by increment the top. Then you store this x value into the stack. X value into the stack. So yes, it is stored. First, you incremented the top. You incremented the top. Then you stored that x value into the stack. That is the thing that you have done. Now, next number is 91. 91. So 91 is passed. You check whether a top has reached the maximum location. No, top is at 0 location. It is not at maximum location. Leave it. So then what do? You increment the top. This is the first operation. Plus plus top. Top is incremented. Yes. Later, S of top is equal to X. So this is the second point. That means X is stored in this stack. So X is nothing but your 91. 91 is stored. You see, it is done. Next, 65. So if you want to store, first you check top, whether top is at maximum -1. No. Then you have to do first top plus plus, increment the top by 1. So you have to increment the top by 1. So it is incremented. Then you store the value of X into the stack. Yes, you store the value of X into the stack. Yes, 65. Same way, 11. So top is not at max -1. So it will come here. So increment the top. Then you store the value X into the stack. Yes, it is done. Same way, next 34. So you check whether top has reached the maximum. No. Top plus plus, first increment the top. Then X is that is you store the value of X into the stack. Yes, stored. Now next number 88. Observe now, very very important. Whether 88 before inserting, you just check whether top has reached maximum -1. Yes, top has reached maximum -1. That is, it is almost reached the maximum position. Yes, yes, it is. So immediately you display the message overflow. So overflow message is displayed, and the element 88 is not able to insert. This is how your entire push operation works. This is how entire push operation works with respect to your code. Right. Next, same way, pop operation. So what do? You start, you check whether top is at -1 or not. Top is at -1, it is an indication that the stack is empty. If it is -1, it is understood that stack is empty. And if the stack is empty, go to step 3, display the message, stack is empty. That's it, and exit. If not, you just display the stack of top. That is, tell the top is the element, stack of top is the element that I am going to delete, and decrement the top by -1. Decrement the top by -1. That's what you are doing here. Look at here. So this is the status of the stack now. Now, automatically you call pop function. You check whether top has value -1. No, top has value 4. Top is at position number 4. So it's not underflow condition. So what you will do, you will first return this 34 element. You return this 34 element, then you decrement this by 1. So first you return. So minus minus, top minus minus. It's a post decrement operator. So S of top is displayed first. S of top is displayed first. Then top is reduced by -1. So that's what it is doing. So it is displaying the message output, that is deleting element is 34 and it is removed. Top minus minus, top is reduced. Same way, if you call again pop function, what happens? You check whether top is at a -1 position. If it is not, so what you do? S of top minus minus. Top is reduced and the element 11 is also displayed and removed from the stack. Same way, you just check whether top is -1, then you remove, yes, and display, remove and display, and simultaneously top will be reduced by 1. Same way, again check whether top is at -1. If it is -1, if it is not -1, so definitely what you do, you can certainly delete the element by displaying it and reducing the stop. Yes, that is done. Now top is at 0. You are trying to check whether the element is top is -1 or not. If top is not -1, you delete the element and now top has moved to -1. So it is the indication, since top has moved to the -1, it is the indication that there are no element in the stack. There are no element in the stack. Look at here, there are no element in the stack. So it is empty. Now you again call for a pop function. Now since top is -1 and you display a message, oh, stack is underflow. Underflow means there are no elements, still you are trying to take out the pop operation. So it is the same thing. And one more very important operation that you are trying to do is display operation. What are you doing in display operation? Very simple. You check whether top is at if top is at -1, there is no element to display. So display error message, stack is empty, and you can go out of this display function. Yes. If not, okay, you initialize the I value to the top, and until I reaches -1, you keep on displaying the elements, displaying the elements, displaying the elements. Once I reaches -1, you stop and you can come out. So that is the simple thing. So we'll see this, how we can implement this stack program in C. So let me first open that particular program here. So program is already typed. I just write this. I'll just open it, edit. Okay, you can see this is the program. I have created a stack of size 10. Okay, just for our sake. Top is initialized to -1. Yes, and I have 3 functions: push, pop, and display. And 3 variables I'm using: choice, num1, num2, and you're displaying the message, 1 for pushing of the element, 2 for popping out, 3 for display. Anything other than 1, 2, 3, it is exit. Enter your choice. You're asking for the choice, and once the choice is entered, so you can certainly switch based on this choice. If choice is 1, you take the element to be pushed and call the push function. And in the push function, you check whether it is top is reaching the maximum -1. So if it is maximum -1, then you can stop. If it is not maximum -1, so you can insert and you can come back. So if the case is 2, you just call pop. If the case is 3, you just display. Case is other than 1, 2, 3, just return. So return from the main function. So main function means exit from the program. So end of the loop, end of the main. Okay. Push. Okay. Element is the one that you are trying to delete it, and maximum I have taken it as 10. Look at here. The stack value I have taken it here. You can see the stack value I have taken it as stack of 10. So that means maximum value is 10. So 10 minus 1, 9. So you just check whether the top has reached the maximum. So if it is reached maximum, you just display stack is full, that is overflow condition. Push is not possible, and you display, you come out of the function. If not, increase the top is equal to top plus 1, then stack of top is equal to element. You just display the element. That's it. Store that element. Increment the top, then you store the element. Next, pop function, you just check whether top has reached the minus 1 value. If it is so, it is under flow condition, display the error condition, and you return from the function. If not, you can certainly do the element that is popping out is stack of top. It is coming out, and later after displaying the stack of top element, top will be minus. Top value will be reduced by 1. So this is how you are popping out, and in display what you are doing, you check whether the top is at minus 1. There is no element to display. Display stack is empty. If not, you just display the various stack elements are. You create a for loop for I is equal to top. I is greater than or equal to 0. So every time you display the value of stack of I, and you decrement by 1. Once it reaches 0, okay, still you display minus 1, then you stop. So you can do this display function until the I reaches minus 1. So I reaches minus 1. So or you can also write it is not equal to minus 1. Once it becomes equal to minus 1, then you can stop it. You can come out. Okay. This is also a program. So this program, let me demonstrate here. Okay. I will just start the program. Program is already written. You can see program is already written. Whatever I have just typed, explained so far, the same program it is written here, and the maximum is 10 elements. That means it starts from 0, it will go up to 9. Okay, I'll execute this program. Yes, it is displaying. Enter the element. So 1, pushing of element 45, 1, 12, 1, 23, 1, 30, sorry, 1, 34, 1, 56. So whether it is inserting, let me see, 3, yes, 56, oh, star means where top is present. So here top is present at star, so that's why star is displaying. And 34 and 23, 12, 45, yes, the same order. Now I insert one more, 67. So let us see whether it is inserted. Yes, 67 is on the top. Again I insert one more, so it is 72. Let us see whether it is inserted. Yes, 72 is on the top. I take one more insert, 85. Let us see whether 85 is inserted. Yes, 85 is also inserted. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I insert one more. So 99. Yes, we'll see whether 99 is inserted. Yes, 9 elements are there. So I can also insert one more element. So I just say 100. Okay, it is pushed. You can see 100 is on the top, 99. So there are 10 elements. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 elements. Now if you are trying to push an element, so I want to push something like 84. So it is not possible because the entire stack size is 10 elements. Already 10 elements are there. You can see there is an error message coming. Stack is full, that is overflow. Push is not possible. Now you display the elements. So 100 is the topmost element. If I pop out, there is 2. If I do pop out, 100 is the popping out element. So whether 100 is deleted from the list or stack or not, we'll see. 3, yes, 100 is deleted. Now if you pop out 99, now if you pop out 85, now if you pop out 72, let us see the status. Okay, 72, 67. Okay, you remove this. 67 is also removed. Next, 56. 56 is also removed. Next, 34 is also removed. Let us see how many more elements are there. You have 23, 12 and 45. So remove this 23. You remove this 12. You remove 45. Yes, 45 also removed. Now stack is empty. If you want to, you just see. Stack is empty. If the stack is empty, if you are still trying to do a pop-out element, then you will get underflow condition. Stack is empty, still you are doing a popping operation. That's why it is called underflow. So you can see underflow, overflow. I have shown overflow condition. I have shown underflow condition, and in between you can display the contents also. Now if you display, just display stack is empty. So like this, you can implement the program. This program is very simple, and again it is very important. Stacks are very important. So we have implemented the stack using the array. You can see I have created a stack, integer stack of 10. So it is nothing but it's an array. So I have created an array of stack, and we have implemented this stack. So we have implemented. That's all for today's class. And of course in the textbook he has taken stack of 100. 100 is very big number. So if I want to demonstrate, I have to insert 100 elements. So that's why I have reduced to 10. So I have reduced to 10. And in push, pop and display functions, we have discussed. Push of number, so pop of number, and display. So whenever you push, what happens? Top will be incremented, and later the element is stored in the stack. Same way, first you display the element, then top is reduced in the case of pop. So that's about today's class. Tomorrow we'll implement again the stack operation using linked lists. We'll discuss about the linked lists, how stack implementation we can do it using linked list. So it is very, very important concept. So that's all for today's class. All your class recordings are available in this particular website. Thank you for your active participation.